Baby, once again, we back at it, man. Real talk. Second part of this COVID edition. You know how we doing it. Second part, man. We gonna get on this NCAA. It's a lot going on. So of course, I mean, just a little backstory. You already know what the NCAA came out initially talking about. You know, it wasn't gonna be no sports if it wasn't no school and all of this. Well, apparently, it's been a change of heart because basketball, at least for football, football is definitely back in business. So it's looking like college football will happen. Will school happen? I don't think they really have said much about the school part, but they definitely said that the football players are allowed back for the spring. So school, no school, but college football. Let's talk about it.
So this is a different NCAA money scheme. NCAA is anything about dollars. So students don't make the NCAA no money, so they don't care if they get their education or not. But this football, these football boys, though, yeah, man, they bring in the billions. So we need to definitely make sure that they make their way back to campus. Although they won't be receiving the education at this point because school's not open. So why are these boys at college? Because only the boys, it's not even the girls. The softball team not at college, the swimming team not at college. And man, the volleyball team not at college. It's only these boys that play football. We're not gonna talk about what type of boys play football. We know what type of boys. That's it's a whole different movement that we're working on at a different time. But we need these boys on campus so these boys can get us these millions so we can sit wherever the NCAA sit and spend the money on whatever the NCAA spend the money on, because nobody knows that. They just a mythical organization with mystical dealings. Because where's these hundreds of $billions going? It's not going back into the schools and the athletes. So it's lining somebody's pockets, and that's why they need these boys on campus. And I'm gonna go ahead and leave it at that.
Y'all already know how I feel about it.
That's why we talking about it.
Because you trying to get me riled up. You're an agitator.
Hey, man.
Like, why are we still talking about these people? This shit it doesn't matter. That they're not student athletes. They're not amateurs. They just have you in this ambiguous little system where you don't get paid for doing what you love to do, what you train to do, what they want you to come back to school for. Like, this shit is bullshit. Once again, every month I keep saying the same shit about the NCAA. This shit is bullshit. It makes no sense whatsoever. So if they was, like you said, Tay, if they was really student athletes, would they studying this year? Would they
Exactly.
They complete a schedule? Like, what classes they taking? You know, because this is what you be doing leading up to your semester, right? You know, your fall semester. You'll be scheduling classes. You'll be preparing for buying books.
Almost graduating, like
It'll be a whole bunch of other things outside of catching a football, running with a football, tackling a person with a football. Like, it would be other shit happening as well. That's not happening. So let's call it what the fuck it is. Like, this shit is crazy. Like, why we still even dealing with the NCAA? Like, you don't need the NCAA to go pro. If they see you in high school, they know you good enough. You don't even have to go to high school no more. Like, they see you on YouTube and you got the attributes that they're looking for, and they have the professionals that can coach you and train you, you can go right ahead and do it. You don't need the NCAA. You don't need the G League. You don't need all these other stopgaps to create economic, prosperity for other people. You don't need any of that. If you're talented enough, like, I know I'm not going to the NBA, or I wasn't going to the NFL or the Major League Baseball. You know why I know? Because I know I wasn't able to perform at that level. You guys know that you weren't going to the NBA or to the NFL. You know why? But if it was somebody in here that knew that, guess what? You wouldn't need an institution to tell you how great you were or how great your physical capabilities were to go to whatever profession that you were going to go to. Like, I don't need that. Nobody needs that. This shit is dumb. And then on the back end, then they do shit. The shit to like what they doing to Zion right now. He got to show up in court and testify on the oath. But Coach K, he just off in the win now. He don't got to pull up. He ain't got to do nothing.
Right, because it manifests themselves allegedly. The alleged gifts. I don't believe my man received gifts. Yeah, man. I believe it was knee out trying to drive right to the basket and his shoe bust open and his knee got hurt. And then, all of a sudden, he didn't have to worry about certain things.
Yeah.
But that's knee.
It's just so dumb. Like, I mean, just the whole tone. Like, the tone just not right. Like, nothing about it makes sense. Like, everybody knows it. Like, it's like nobody's saying shit about it. It's like, all right, it's cool. Like, nah, it's not cool. Like, and then once again, I'm gonna go back to LeVar Ball. Then people get mad at LeVar Ball for what he did with his son. Like, yeah, man, taking them two tries to get it right, but on the third one, he got it right. Right, his son gonna be he gonna be a top 5 pick.
Well, the second top 5.
Both his boys gonna be top 3.
But he toned it down a little bit on the third one.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? And then this one's gonna be in a better position. He's more likable, et cetera, because LeVar is not as in the forefront. Not saying it's a bad thing, but at the same time, you learn from your mistakes and you grow and you get better. And it got better exponentially, and then he didn't let the NCAA play him. Because, like, what's the point of you doing all this AAU shit that y'all be doing? These shoe deals, the money that's being exchanged for just so you can hand it over to the NCAA so you can get a coaching job or whatever the case may be. This shit doesn't even make sense. Like, if you're going to do it, then you might as well go full force and do the shit. Like, you don't have to succumb to that type of pressure because the way the system's set up, you still will get done dirty either way. So you'll come out better just doing your own thing, in my opinion. Because the NCAA, they scrambling right now because they don't have the support of millions of people, especially in those small college towns, that support them and millions of dollars into the system.
Right.
They don't have it no more. So now they scrambling. So now is the time for those athletes to just be like, yo, I'm going to do something different. And that would be good. And then see how they treat you. Personal opinion. But, just like the young boy out on the West Coast that's
right, about to say, shout out to the young fella that's considering the HBCU.
Yeah. Young boy, I hope he do choose one.
I hope you go.
Yeah,
that would be good to see because I think that would start a domino effect.
And yeah, right, it will open up the doors because imagine, like I said earlier, imagine Grambling State or Hampton State beating LSU or Alabama because we have talent. Just imagine.
It's not the talent part. Like, we know we got talent. It's it's get to a point now which is like where's your mindset at? Just all right, you might got some new equipment. That doesn't mean that you're still not strong or fast or smart.
Right.
So what's the deciding factors? And then once again, like we talked about on the last show, like just because somebody offers you something and you have those type of resources, that doesn't mean it's the best fit for you to grow as an individual, as a person, as a man. So like, what are we valuing out here? Because I don't really see the return on the investment. Like, yeah, I go to Alabama, I go to Clemson, I go to Notre Dame, but what's the return on my investment? Like, what are they giving me in return? Unless you make you might win. If you win a Super Bowl, they invite you back, they give you Hall of Fame. But like, what's your return on the investment out of the entire situation? Like, I don't get it because you can do the same things when you take your own route, get your own money, establish your own brand. That's not necessarily a bad thing. You don't always have to take a cut or the percentage of the mainstream. And I hope a lot of other guys like realize that, and then just like put that into action and like be different, like be a leader about the shit.
Be willing to bet on yourself.
Bet on yourself. There you go. Like that's.
Exactly.
And I think we all believe that. Like, if somebody was like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you opportunity to do this, that, and the third," you be like, "All right, bet. Yeah, I'll do that. I'm gonna bet on myself."
Facts.
Every time. Like, and I just think we so short sighted on shit sometimes. Like you're not gonna be 18 to 22 forever. Like, think longer. You know what I'm saying? Think long term. Like, and it's gonna be a struggle. Like, don't just get nothing's given to you. You gotta work for it. So, like, what are you gonna do to push that shit forward? Because they not really giving you nothing. You don't have the rights to anything. You can't even really wear your jersey. Can't use your names. Like, some states are now coming aboard, to like give people their rights in regards to their person and their namesake. But like, they're not really offering you nothing for real. I mean, or if you going, like, just keep it real while you going. Like, yo, I'm taking the money to support my family and woo. Cool.
Bottom line, the NCAA trash.
Well, we already know that. Like,
right.
They trash. They been trash.
Been trash.
The whole student athlete shit is just a scam. Like, it doesn't even make sense. Like, it has no, and it's clear now more than ever. Like, because you don't even have no school, so you're not a student. You just an athlete.
Exactly.
There's literally no school. My daughter is sitting upstairs right now on the computer. Doing schoolwork. Like, she's an athlete. She can't play. Like, so now she's just a student because she ain't playing no sports. But now you playing sports with no school, that just makes you an athlete. You sound like an NFL player to me, or, semi-pro, amateur. You sound like you should be getting paid to do this shit. Period.
So NCAA is trash.
Yeah.
Bet on yourself. I think it's safe to end on those two notes.
Yeah, that's about right.
And that's another take for Real Talking Sports. Maybe we'll be back with the grand finale.